All right, Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite stick-based techniques ever. And we're going to show you two ways to do it. We got my dad here again. This is called the seat belt. Now, the seat belt technique with the arm got made famous in New York City for bad reasons. You had a fairly small officer. I don't know anything about either character personally, but a fairly small officer and a fairly large offender in the form of, I think it's Daniel Pantaleano, I'm wanting to say his name was. If you know him, I apologize for misspelling it. It's a New Yorker Italian name. My New Yorker Italian is not my strongest language. Actually, I don't speak it at all. And the other offender was Eric Garner, who we know ended up dying as a result of whatever happened during the incident. Was it from the choke? Was it from cardiac complications? I've heard both. I don't really care which one you believe in. All we know is the incident occurred, this technique was used, man died. With the stick, you could do the same technique, and had that officer used his baton for this technique, it probably would have made up for the fact that he was little and his offender was big. The way this technique is going to work, can you turn around and face your camera? I'm going to come over him. Notice how this baton is, or this cane rather, is riding over his body, much like a seatbelt would. All right. It does not matter if his arms are in or out. I'm coming over, grabbing, and pulling back. All right. Can he do something about it? Yeah, he could. Now, considering I'm being nice and pulling there, if I did that and leaned back with it and started moving, do you honestly think you'd be able to do anything about it? Honest question.
My feet would come off the ground. And
there it is, right there. I used to use this technique with an asp baton to move people that did not want to be moved when I was bouncing all the time. Except with the asp, I normally did it a different way. I would move behind the person, however, get this hand up high, and come straight up with it. Now notice, while yes, I am up here by his neck, let's walk towards the camera. I have not moved this stick. Where am I putting pressure? I'm pushing into the side of his neck and pulling back across his chest. Can you breathe?
I can breathe.
Are you being choked?
Not now, no.
Even if I yanked, would you worry about being choked?
No, I'd be more worried about going down.
There you go. That is the seatbelt technique from someone actually feeling it. Now, since I mentioned it, how was it being used with the arm? When you're using the arm to do this technique, you have to go outside the arm to keep them from doing something about it. This arm goes over, this arm is going to grab your own wrist. Now, why does that work? Quite simply put, my arms are long. I've got damn orangutan arms, all right? Most people don't. I can do the same technique with the stick a lot easier. And it applies even better with a long cane.